Okay, here we go. How to be a good mom. Who wants to be a good mom? We all want to be a good mom, right? So I have one simple secret. There it is. It's up already. So I couldn't figure out how to hide it until I clicked, like in PowerPoint. You already are. You are a good mom, my friend. Do you believe me? What comes up for you when I tell you that? Are you a good mom? Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Why did you give yourself that score? What would make it a 10? What if I told you that you already are a 10 out of 10 mom, no matter what, even if and especially when? This is usually interactive in the chat. So you can pause the video to really think about these questions. Okay, give yourself a score. Why did you give yourself that score? What would make you a 10? Okay. So how to be a good mom. You need to believe that you are a good mom. That is the secret sauce, my friend. That is the secret. It's simple. It's not easy. And it's everything. Okay. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Believing that you are a good mom, no matter what, even if, and especially when. Okay. So we are going to get into that. But first, let me tell you who I am. I am a good mom. And besides that, my name is Emily Wardrop. I am a mom of 5, and I'm an advanced certified life coach. These are my kiddos here. My oldest is 8. He just got baptized here a couple of months ago. This is the most recent family photo of all of us, right? My baby's 9 months old now. And I got a couple type 1 diabetics there in the middle. 1 boy, 4 girls. It is the real deal. So if you're drowning in the littles, I am still in the thick of it with you. It is crazy around here. That's why I'm recording this at what? 6 a.m. I usually have really great natural lighting on me, but it's dark outside. Actually, we might be getting a sunrise soon. I should open the shades. Okay. So, basically I always wanted to be a mom. And then once I finally was, it was not the dream that I thought I had been dreaming. I was not living the dream. Felt more like a nightmare sometimes, right? So, luckily I found a life coach, and that changed everything for me. So after, I used the life coaching tools to help me, love that dream again, I birthed a new dream of helping other moms with the same thing. So now I am the owner, CEO, I'm the everything for Drop the War Life Coaching, where we drop the power struggle war with our littles to create peace in our parenting. We drop the mom guilt. We drop the war in our own heads. And most of all, I want all the moms on this planet to believe that they are a good mom. So let's get into it, okay? I believe that you are a good mom, even though I don't know that much about you, probably because you are a mom. So at some point you had a desire to be a mom. Like I said, growing up, I always wanted to be a mom, right? So I believe that our desires are a clue into who our true self is. Okay. So who I am a mom because I want to be. I am a good mom because I want to be. If you desire to be a mom, you probably also desire to be a good mom. And if you have that desire, it is who you are. Okay. Our desires are a clue into who we really, truly are at our core. Okay. So I have a bunch of different analogies to try to explain this because it might sound a little bit weird. So of course, these are all my thoughts. Take them or leave them, but take them with an open mind because your brain might, we'll see what happens. Okay. So you are a good mom inherently. Inherently means existing in something as a permanent, essential, or characteristic attribute. So you have an essential characteristic attribute of being good. Okay. So what have you inherited from your earthly parents? Like my little family tree here. So maybe your hair color, maybe some personality traits. I don't know if it's nature or nurture. I think it's always a little mixture of both because we legit have their DNA in our bodies. We are made of them. We inherit things from them. And same with our heavenly parents. Okay. So God is good. So you are good. And that is why I can say that with certainty, because I believe that we are all children of God, and he made us with his divine DNA that we have inherited, and he is good. Okay. So that's why I say you're a good mom. You're probably an amazing mom, fantastic mom, incredible mom. But at least I know for sure that we are all a good mom, because we are all good. You are a good person because God made you, and that makes you good. Do you believe me? What kind of, this is usually interactive, so you'll tell me, yeah, but what about? So that's what we do in coaching, right? Is all the thoughts. And we'll look at them and see what the resistance is to any of these ideas. Okay. So inherently you are good. Okay. It's like David inside the marble. Have you heard the story about Michelangelo? Who knows if it's true? Whatever. I like it. So Michelangelo said that he just chipped away everything that wasn't David. When people ask him, wow, how do you make these amazing sculptures? Right. So he has a block of marble and he just goes at it until David shows up. Right. So that's what I do as your life coach. I am your sculptor. I help you chip away at the lies that you're buried under your marble. So some of them you come with just in this mortal state, right? That, you know, as humans, we are imperfect. We are 100% valuable, whole, perfectly worthy. We are David. Okay. But we forget that. And we tell ourselves lies. We're, you know, just culture and life and everything. Just, you can like bury yourself in more marble, or you can start chipping away at those lies, those limiting beliefs, those just everything that's not you, who you really truly are on the inside. Okay. So you are good at who you are inside at your core, and you may need to chip away at those lies, right? And I can help you do that as your life coach. Okay. So it's also like the acorn and the oak tree, right? So a lot of people want to talk about your future self, you know, reaching your potential, always getting better. If you're interested in this, you're probably interested in self-help, right? And you're always trying to get better. I'm not about, all of those things are helpful, but the way that I like to look at it is a little bit different, that you already are at your core in that acorn. You may be an acorn. You may be somewhere in between the acorn and the huge oak tree. It doesn't matter, because the DNA is in there, right? Your divine DNA, who you are at your core, it's all in the acorn already. And you don't look at the acorn and say, oh, you're such a terrible oak tree. No. And that's where potential comes from, right? The acorn has the potential to be the tree, but it's not like it's not already. Does it kind of make sense? So everything's already in your acorn. You are an amazing oak tree at your core. You may just need a little bit of development, right? So this life is all about growth, development, learning, and that's fine. But it's not that the acorn is any less worthy than the oak tree, right? Now, there's a little dumpster in the background of this picture of my oak tree, and that is what I like to consider everything else. So probably your resistance thoughts have something to do with this stuff, okay? And this I call your dumpster stuff, okay? You are not what you do, okay? This is why you think you're a bad mom. This is why you think you're a terrible mom. This is why you think whatever you think other than good, because you do things that are not so good sometimes, right? Duh, of course you do. You're a human. We all do. It's fine. But you are who you are. You are not what you do. You are not what you think. You are not what you don't do. You are not what you don't think. You just are. Okay. I love this mom. She's about to do some stuff that she doesn't think a good mom should do. But she is a good mom, and she does other stuff. So that's just something else. That's the dumpster stuff, right? So there's a dumpster by your oak tree. So what? That's not who you are. You are a good mom. Okay. And what you do, what you don't do, what you think you should do, and you're always beating yourself up about, that's all whatevs. Like that's that's dumpster stuff, right? It's really important. And of course, we're going to work on all that too. But you have to have the foundational belief that you are a good mom. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Have you tried? Yes, I know you have. You try to stop yelling at your kids. You try to feed them healthy meals, whatever all the things are that you think a good mom does or doesn't do. You're trying, and it's not working because you have to believe that you are a good mom first. And then I promise everything else will work out. So I'm not saying it doesn't matter what you do. Of course it does. And we'll work on that. But this is first. Okay. So you are a good mom. Another thing you're not is, oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. So you feel dissonance, right? You feel terrible when you do something out of alignment with who you truly are. And that's why we feel bad when we yell at our kids, or we feel guilty that they are on screens too much or whatever, like guilt is fine. It's an indication that you're doing something out of alignment with who you are. And that's great. Now, shame, on the other hand, means there's something wrong with you, and there is not. Okay. There is nothing wrong with you. You're a perfectly imperfect human being that at the core is good. It's who you are, but we're in this mortal existence covered in marble. And so it's a little tricky to remember who we are. Okay. But if you can just believe that, then everything else can work out. Okay. So it doesn't mean that you are terrible if you do something terrible, or if you feel terrible when you do something out of alignment. It doesn't mean that you are terrible. It just means that you are human, right? And you are good. You just did something out of alignment. So that's good. So you are good no matter what you did, even if you yelled at your kids, and especially when you're losing your shiz all over them, you still are good. And you know that because you feel terrible. Maybe later, like at the moment, it might feel justified because this just feels good to release it sometimes, but we'll work on all that too. So the point is, we're going to drop, when I say we drop the mom guilt, actually what we do is drop the mom shame, and we have a healthy amount of guilt because we do want to know when we're out of alignment, because we are good, right? And we don't always do good or think good or feel good. So you are not your feelings. You are not your feelings. When you say I'm mad, there's no mad. What's a mad? You're not a mad. You are good. You are a person. You are not a feeling. Okay. So right now, starting today, stop saying I'm mad, I'm frustrated, I'm anything. I am feeling mad. I am feeling impatient. Impatience when I was buried in deep in my marble. I still feel impatient. Ooh, yes, I do. But I am not labeling myself as that. I'm not putting myself in this little impatient box that I can't get out of. I just get more and more impatient with myself that I can't get more patient, right? It's a feeling. You can feel impatient. It's not a problem. Feelings are not a problem. That's a webinar for another day. There's nothing wrong with feeling any sort of way, but you are not that feeling. Okay. You're not angry. You're not frustrated. You're not impatient. You are feeling angry. You're feeling frustrated. You're feeling impatient. And that is something we can work with if you don't label yourself as that. Okay. All right. So this is what coaching looks like on my piece of paper. Okay. It just looks like a conversation for you. You have no idea what's going on my end, but I'm going to give you a little peek into what it is. Okay. So Brooke Castillo at the Life Coach School, she uses a model, CTFAR. See those letters that mixed in here? Circumstance, thought, feeling, action, result. Okay. So you're probably living in this terrible mom model. And terrible might not be the word for you, but it's the word that I hear a lot of moms using. And I just want to scream it from the rooftops. You are not a terrible mom. You are a good mom that maybe does terrible things or whatever. Okay. So here's the terrible mom model. What you just did. Okay. That's your circumstance. You just fed your kids ramen for the 45th time this week. That's my circumstance. And you think I'm a terrible mom. Amongst other things, you think a lot of thoughts. Okay, so that's not the only thought. But as we dig in your thought line, it always comes down to you're making it mean that you're a terrible mom. Okay, and when you think you're a terrible mom, you feel guilty, right? We talked about that you're out of alignment with who you really are, so you feel guilt. Okay, this may be a shame model actually, because this action line. Anyway, whatever. So when you feel guilt or shame, whatever, whatever drives you ruminating about it, you beat yourself up, you shut down. Shutting down, see, that's a sign of shame, not necessarily guilt. Anyway, you get self-absorbed. You get even more short-tempered at them the next time they request something of you, right? You yell at them. You have an adult temper tantrum. Don't want to take care of the kids' needs, their emotional or even their physical needs, right? Any of this resonate with you? Is any of this in your action line sometimes? And then your result is, I prove to myself that I am a terrible mom. So when you think you're a terrible mom, you are a terrible mom, which you can't actually be, but you think that you are. You're proving to yourself, according to your own judgment, that you're a terrible mom, okay? And that is why it perpetuates. That's why it keeps going. So if you want to feed your kids something other than ramen, thinking that you're a terrible mom for feeding them ramen is just getting them more and more ramen, okay? I promise that is how it works. How the model shows you how it works, but it really is just working, whether you know how it fits in the model or not, okay? So this is the ideal model that we will get to, okay? So you put the exact same circumstance in. You fed your kids ramen for the 45th time this week. It's probably not a circumstance. It's probably not exactly true. We'd have to get the details a little more solid. Your thought is, and I am still a good mom. Oh, this is a transition model, actually. So this is a fun trick I like to do. Instead of arguing with your brain, if your brain thinks that you're a terrible mom and you don't believe a dang thing I've said in this whole entire presentation, then you might need a little laddering thought. So you can even say, I'm a terrible mom and I am still a good mom. And this is what a lot of coaches teach, actually. You're a 50-50 mom, okay? You're great and you're terrible. You're the most okay-ish mom of all. I'm not having it. I mean, it's true, but not. It's not true because that's not who you are, okay? You are a good mom and you did whatever, okay? So I ran out of milk and I'm still a good mom. Have you ever made anything as dumb as running out of milk mean that you're a terrible mom? Oh, my baby's awake at 6:15 a.m. That's nice. Let me just get her on the video here so I can tell she's fine. Oh, I can even pause this just a sec. Okay, so the trick, and I am still a good mom. You don't have to fight with your brain. Just take whatever it's giving you for now and just tagline, and I am still a good mom. And that might even be a stretch, and we can ladder thought up to that. But let's see. In the meantime, if you're thinking, and I'm still a good mom, does that make you feel confident? I mean, if we were doing this interactively, we would get your actual feelings, right? And your actual thoughts. So the ideal is that you believe that I am a good mom. So that's your thought. I am a good mom. And then you feel confident. And when you know that you are a good mom and you believe that you are a good mom, then you forgive yourself. You have compassion for your humanity and faith in your divine identity. Then you more easily forgive and accept your mortal children for their humanity also, right? We patiently respond to the next child's request, joyfully take care of my emotional and physical needs, and have enough and to spare to take care of my children also, right? That's the ideal. That is what a good mom does, right? And when we believe that we're a good mom, then we feel good and we act like a good mom. And then our result is that we believe that we are a good mom, okay? So that is the goal. That is what we do. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, terrible mom versus good mom model, right? You have to believe to achieve. I learned this in elementary school. I had no idea what they were talking about, but the motto of my elementary school, lo and behold, was believe, achieve. Who knew? Finally understood why a million years later when I found a life coach. Because your thought line will always show up in your result line. So if you think you're terrible, you'll feel terrible, you'll act terrible, you'll be terrible. You won't really be terrible because who you are is good, but you'll think that you are, okay? You'll continue to think that you are. You got to believe to achieve your result line, okay? So we want to focus on the A line all the time. You've read a million books, you've done the blogs, you've listened to the podcast, get all the parenting coaching in the world, all the advice, all the stuff is A line stuff, action line. How do I just be a good mom, right? That's why you came here, is to figure out how to be a good mom. The secret sauce is in the thought feeling combination. Okay. You got to get the T and the F dialed in first. So your thought, I'm a terrible mom, makes you feel terrible. You act terrible. You continue to be terrible. Don't do that. Okay. Let's believe that you're a good mom. Okay. So that you can be a good, who you've always been all along. You always were. You just didn't know it because you were covered in marble. Let's get those thoughts figured out. So this is how we do it in my coaching program. So believe you are a good mom coaching package. We're going to build a solid foundation of belief that you are a good mom. Because like I said, everything else will come. I will help you with everything, but you have got to have this foundational belief first or nothing sticks. I promise. I tried it the other way for many years. Felt like I was banging my head against the wall until I finally figured out this is the secret sauce. Okay. So it's an 8-week coaching program. You meet with me one-on-one on Zoom, just you and me, for 30 minutes a week. That's it. So I know you're a busy mama. I'm a busy mama. We all got a million kids. We got a ton of things going on. Just a quick check-in where you can tell me what kind of resistance thoughts came up to believing you're a good mom this week. And then we coach through them and you're ready for another week of working on that belief. Okay. And after 8 weeks, you will have a solid foundational belief that you are a good mom. Okay. We're going to heal those unhelpful thoughts. And then we'll be ready to tackle all the other parenting issues. So, holy, my computer's about to die. I'm like, really? Where's the cord? Hold on just a second. Oh, I can pause you. I always forget. Just a second. Okay, we're back. So sign up. Let's get started. dropthewarlifecoach.com/appointments. So the first 8 weeks, we'll be learning how to believe that you are a good mom. And then after that, you can re-sign up for as many 8 weeks as you want, and we can work on whatever you want. So when people hear I'm a parenting coach, they're like, oh my goodness, help me get my kid to sleep, help me potty train, help me. How do I get my kids to stop fighting? All of that stuff. Behavior issues, your behavior issues, I want to stop yelling at my kids. I want to feed them better. All the things that you want to do that you think make you a good mom. I hope you believe now that that's not what makes you a good mom. But if you don't, we have 8 weeks to work on it, right? And we'll do all that too, okay? And it's interspersed, because if you're working on believing you're a good mom and then you have this huge blow up and you bring it to me, we're going to coach on that. And so we're basically talking about your behaviors, their behaviors, but it's all tied into believing that you are a good mom and you're still a good mom no matter what comes up, okay? Does that make sense? I feel like I'm rushing. Because the battery's dying and the baby's awake. That's why, right? Work time's over when the baby wakes up. Okay, so go to dropthewarlifecoach.com/appointments. And I'll look forward to our coaching together. Any questions? You can DM me on Instagram, Facebook, Emily at dropthewarlifecoach.com is my email address, if I said that right. And let's do this thing. You are a good mom. Promise. If you don't believe that, let me help you. Let's do it.